Hey there, friends. It's Bill MacDonald, the Common Sense Math Doctor. Today, I'm going to help teachers who are self-contained learn how to kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. That's an idiom. We're going to practice editing in a math problem. I'm going to give you the 3rd grade problem from this past year that got the second lowest percent correct. It's got 4 or 5 sentences. A sentence is like a street. Every word is like a car on the street. The first word in your sentence, your street, must start with a capital. You have to have you, subject verb agreement called usage. You have to have a stop sign at the end of every street called a period, an exclamation, or a question mark. And notice that a period, an exclamation, and a question mark, they all have a little dot. And so the one with the period is a statement or a command. So we're going to see one, let me look at it without letting you see it yet. 1, 2, 3. We're going to see 3 sentences that are statements that give us information, that give us keywords and numbers. And then we're going to see a question. And so if you think about a question, it looks like someone's ear where they're asking you something, and there's a little dot where they're waiting for your response. If you have an exclamation mark, exclamation sounds like exclamation where your emotions are involved. Now with math, we are going to pretty much see periods and commas for thousands and millions and billions, and we'll see periods for decimals and money. So what I want you to think about is, how can I practice editing? Because if your 3rd grade through 8th grade students get editing as their field test in May, it will be 2 passages, medium in length, with 3 questions each. And so even though I'm doing a 3rd grade math problem, because it did so poorly, it means that students in 4th grade now did not understand the concept of words that mean parts of something. So let me show you by sharing the screen with you. I'm going to click advanced from my document camera. And so I want you to pay attention. This is going to be the first stone that we're going to cross. 1, 2, 3 with WWE. Whenever they're going to ask us a constructed response that's worth 1 point, we have to decide what is the question, because in order to get the answer correct, we have to know what the question is asking so we can know what to answer. Now, in the case of this math problem, the word that the question starts with is capital which, because the answers on even and odd, when they're multiple choice, there's going to be 4 choices. And so which is the key word in the question, which you can see right there. Who, what, when, where, why, which, and how. Even though it's going to be field tested in February with just some schools, we want to practice. So what I want you to notice, right in the same place as the question, how to get the point, one of the ways to get the point is to write out an equation. And what we're going to see here is an equation that was needing to be written by the students, or picking the right equation. And so if it was left blank, then the students would have to figure out on their own how to come up with an equation on this math question. So let me go ahead and show you real quickly my keys. I wear them every day. This one says joy, the second one says faith, and the third one says hope. I wear them until I'm full of those things or until I see somebody who needs joy, comma, faith, comma, or hope more than I do, and then I physically remove the key and give it to them and let them know, because I'm a person of faith, that I'm going to be praying with them and for them until they have that item. And so in the same way that my necklace had those keys with keywords, every math question has numbers with keywords, and we have to pay close attention. So what I want you to notice that I did to practice editing, if you're self-contained, or if you're a math teacher who wants to help the editing teacher, circle all the first words of the sentences, underline them 3 times. There's only one other capital in the middle of the sentence when they mention the person who's taking care of the party. So think of this: underline, capital, proper nouns, and first words. So notice that I have green for go, yellow for slow, and red for whoa. That we start the sentence, have a bunch of cars on the street, and we ask, what kind of stop sign? Well, there's a statement, a statement, a statement, and a question. And so if the kids ask you, which one is the question? You'll say the one with the question mark. That's what they want to know. And this question only got 37% correct in Texas. So 37%, if that translates into English, 37 per 100. Only 37 out of 100 kids, out of every 100 kids in Texas, knew how to arrange these numbers to form an equation. And so if it was open-ended, it would have been even lower than the 37%. So if we start with the question, sometimes that helps us steer ourselves in the right direction. So watch me in the corner of the screen. Capital, that's my go. Which equation can be used to find, or getting ready to find something, the total number of red balloons? Total number of red balloons. Capital Cassandra used question mark. I have a yellow backwards arrow there because used means past tense. If I will use something, that's future, so I would point it that way. If I'm using it right now, that would be present tense, and so I would be pointing like right now or right now. So we're trying to find out how many red balloons that she used for something. Now we'll read the problem. Capital Cassandra used, past tense, putting my hand behind me, all the balloons in 11, there's a number, packages. That's my key word, to decorate for a party, period. She used all of them, okay? Well, it doesn't say anything about red yet. So this only partially helps me. I've got 11 packages. Let's find out if there's any red ones. Capital, there were, past tense, 6 balloons in each package. So I want you to notice that the word balloon is our key word that goes with that number, and each, the number 1, goes with the word package, okay? It says on the next sentence, capital half of the balloons, half of, and so if you think of half, that means you take a number. If you see my hand here, that's a dividing line. If I take something, a number, whatever it is, and I divide it in half, it means I'm dividing by 2. So 1/2 means divided by 2. 1/3 means divided by 3. Keep that in mind for a little bit later when we get into this. Okay, half of the balloons in each package were red. So half is 1/2. And so of means times. So 1/2 times the total. That means you take the total and then times 1, of course, divided by 2 is going to be how many were red. So since the keywords are different, we have balloons and packages. I want you to notice on my mathematics chart, keywords are not the same. Balloons and packages, the keywords are different. So more times than not, your operation will be multiply or divide. Okay. In case you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'm a math minor. I'm also a math consultant. And we also know that of means times. We just talked about that. And we found each or per or one in the problem. PM, problem multiply, question mark. It's just a clue. Each per one in the question. DQ, not Dairy Queen, but do I need to divide if each is in the question? Okay. We're going to have to do both because if you notice on my mathematics chart, I have a place value chart. And I'm going to lay out the numbers for you. 11 was our number. Packages was our keyword. 6 balloons in each package. So for every single one of those packages, there's 6 balloons. Okay. So since each is in the problem, we would multiply 11 times 6 to get our product of 66. But they're not asking for that. They're saying that half of the balloons are red. So how many would that be? 1/2. What that means is take your number and divide it by 2. So 11 times the 6 and then divide it by 2 to find your half. So let's take a look and see which one does exactly what it said. There's our 11 times 6, but it says -3. That has nothing to do with 1/2 divided by 2. So we're going to eliminate letter A. 11 times 6, there's the 11 packages, times 6 balloons in each. And then we said divide it by 2 to see if we get 33. And so if we check it, 11 times 6 is 66. And just kind of take a little shortcut, half of 6 is 3, half of 6 is 3. So yes, 66 divided by 2 is 33. So that is true. 11 minus 6, we said that because the keywords were different, we could write here diff, multiply or divide. And that would not be adding and subtracting at any time because we would multiply these. And because of the word half, it means divide it by 2 when you're done with the step 1. Letter C, 11 minus 6 plus 2, again, 11 minus 6 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Yes, that is true, okay? And so if kids find something that's true, they're going to pick it, but they said, which equation can be used to find the total number of red balloons? That equation is not going to help you find the 33 red balloons that are in that package. So 11 times 6, there it is, divided by 3. So if they were to say 1/3 of the balloons in each package were red, then you could take the 66 and divide it by 3, because that's what 1/3 means. 1/3 of the balloons, 1/3 of the total. So 66 times 1 is 66, divided by 3, which would be that one. That would be true if one word would change, half. Okay, so capital which equation can be used to find the total number of balloons? Capital Cassandra used question mark. And so that's one way to practice your math, to practice looking at keywords, to also practice capitalization usage to see if your verb is past, present. Cassandra is singular. Balloons is plural. Which equation is singular. So that means only one of them. And so if there's possibly multiple correct answers, because if you look here at the choices, multi-part, there's sometimes going to be 2 parts or more than one correct answer, is what we've seen in the videos when they're advertising. And so what is the question? What is the equation that we're going to need? It's going to be 11 times 6 divided by 2, or it could have been 11 times 6 times 1/2, which would have been the same thing, dividing your total by 2. So the answer, we've read the question and the problem. We've underlined and labeled the question and the problem. We've now executed our strategies. So we're going to decide, we're going to eliminate letters D, C, and A. 2, 3, we eliminated 3, and we're going to select one in the book. And if it was open-ended, your students would be writing out this solution, this equation, on the place provided in the online document. Since we're still doing paper tests in some schools, we would select our answer in the book, letter B. I'm going to place a B next to it so I can practice my bubbling skills. Then I'll place a B up here next to the 29 so that we know that the 29 that goes with a B in the book is going to be the 29 that goes with a B in the Scantron, or the 29 that goes with a B on the submission of our computer document when we submit our answer. So there you go. Please share this with your math teacher friends. If you're a math teacher, please share this with your reading teacher friends, because we can practice capitalization, usage, punctuation, and we can even practice spelling here for a second. Balloons has a double consonant on the L and a double vowel on the O. And so my brain would take a picture of that, because there's going to be several words where I might have to phonetically pronounce the word balloons or any other double consonant, double vowel consecutive series of words. And so I'm going to show you what I would probably be doing with the jump rope. B, A, L, L, O, O, N, S. That's me taking a picture of every single letter, because if we're not a good speller, we shouldn't take a picture of the entire word. We should take a picture of each letter and its formation. For example, a B, you can see that this hand right here is a B and that's a D. And a lot of kids get really confused there. B, A, D, they're bad at knowing their letter formations. And so make sure that they know that when they're in alphabetical order, the sticks are on the outside, the circles are on the inside. We flip it upside down. It's LMNOP, the stick is still on the outside. Q, the stick is still on the outside, but now they're halfway under the line because they have little tails. And so again, that's just me taking what I call a teachable moment of instruction, not TMI, too much information, just doing a quick editing. So if I was to practice that very quickly, I could do editing verbally. Capital Cassandra used all the balloons in 11 packages to decorate for a party, period. I'm just reading it straight off the paper. Capital, there were 6 balloons in each package, period. Capital, half of the balloons in each package were red, period. Capital, which equation could be used to find the total number of red balloons? Capital Cassandra used question mark. That would be me practicing capitalization and punctuation verbally. Here's me practicing kinesthetically. Cassandra used all of the balloons in 11 packages to decorate for a party. And I'm bouncing an imaginary ball on the floor because I'm stopping the street for a moment. There were 6 balloons in each package. Half of the balloons in each package were red. Which equation can be used to find the total number of red balloons Cassandra used? Awesome. And so whether you help your editing, grammar, reading, writing teacher, or whether they help you, it's going to be great, because in math, commas slow a whole number down. A decimal stops the whole number and moves into percents and fractions and tenths and hundredths and thousandths. And in the same way, a sentence, a comma slows the sentence down and a period stops the sentence. And so we're able to think of commas and periods in the same way for both math and for editing with cups. God bless you guys. Have a great day. I'm going to do a reading question on my next video. And I'm going to be practicing editing on that video as well, because if your kids get an editing field test this year, it will be 6 questions. If they get a revising, it would be 1 passage with 6 questions. If they get editing, it would be 2 passages with 3 questions each. So have a great day. Please share or tag your math and writing teacher friends for this video.